Welcome to Basic Business AI, a podcast dedicated to simple AI strategies for businesses who don't want to get an advanced tech degree or hire some marketing pro. I'm your host, Ana Gonzalez, and you can find me on social media at AnnaBotPrime. We bring in regular business owners like you and me to discuss practical strategies, ideas, and perspectives about AI without getting too far into the weeds for the tech. BBAI is sponsored by AnnaBots. We build AI with heart. Our trained AI sales and support assistants work 24/7 to increase sales, reduce costs, and free up your time so you can focus on growing your business. If you want to install a 24/7 near human sales and support team in your business, go to annabots.ai to learn more. We have 100% free options and low-cost options to fit any budget. Once more, that's annabots.ai. Today's guest is Lindsay. Lindsay is a mindset and manifestation mentor with a focus on helping ambitious humans maximize their Earth experience. This means living up to your full potential, having fun on the way to your vision, and escaping the top 5 regrets of the dying. So, Karleigh, welcome to Basic Business AI. Now, from your perspective, how is AI reshaping the future of your business?
You know, AI has helped me in so many ways. For me, I have ADHD, and so AI really helps me break down like my big vision. I'm very visionary, lots of like visionary energy, and AI helps me break down like my goals and even like smaller projects into action steps so that I can let them help me with the thinking. And what I teach my clients is do the thinking in advance, and then I can do all of the action taking. So just having it be like my secondary brain. And I think that's how it's shaping the future is it's making it easier and lowering the barrier to entry for learning new things and discovering and creating in a way that helps you almost get a starting point with AI because you're able to brainstorm with them in a conversational manner.
I love what you're saying, and this is one of those moments when you realize that you know something that you didn't know because someone else mentions it. And yes, AI, for instance, you mentioned about learning. I noticed that AI has allowed me to learn things faster. So, Karleigh, let's get tactical here. What are some practical applications that you've used for your business with AI?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I use it for business and personal, but for business, I feel like when I first started, AI was just helping me like write captions like, hey, I have this post, here's kind of the vibe of it, and here's how I want my audience to feel when they receive it. Here's what I want to tell them. Can you help me organize these like thoughts that are kind of all over the place into one clear caption? And that way it knows the character limits in advance. And so that's kind of where it started, is just helping me create the captions and stuff. But man, I've really used it to help me like flesh out ideas for projects, create a marketing plan, create a social media content calendar. I've had it do a lot for my business and my personal life, and some of which has been like very fun. And everything has just made it easier and lowered the barrier for entry for me to take action on whatever the next step is.
Yeah, it's important what you're mentioning. You mentioned that you create content, and I think that something that's very important to mention here is that the input is very important if you want to have quality output. And another thing that you mentioned is about how, I'm going to say it this way, not 100%, but it replaces a lot of your thinking so that you can focus on being creative. And I love that because that enhances your powers to be better at your business, to do better at your business.
Yeah, the best example I can use is I wrote a poem one day. It just came through like really naturally. I'm not really a poet, but it just came through. And I wanted to turn it into an Instagram post, but I wasn't sure how to do it. So I put that into AI and I was like, okay, tell me based on your knowledge of social media, tell me which graphics would go best with each line of the poem and give me step-by-step instructions for creating it. And that post performed really well. It was actually really nice. And it just helped me like do the creative part of like the channeling of the creating of the poem and then get out of my wheelhouse of graphic design with step-by-step instructions from someone or something in this case that knows how to do it.
That's so awesome. So, Karleigh, tell us about who you serve and how people can reach out to you.
Yeah, I like to serve ambitious humans who know that they're the problem and the solution. So if you know that you are in your own way, it's time to get out of your own way, and I can help you with that. I do a whole host of things. My mentorship is currently closed until 2025, but that is my favorite thing to do with other people. Right now, it is completely full. So we won't be opening that up until 2025. But I also have my Moon Manifestation membership, which is a really low cost option where I teach people how to use the moon to manifest what they want. When I started manifesting with the moon, my whole life changed. That's a story for another time, but like I've manifested new computers, incredible vacations. I'm actually about to go to Thailand, and like that is related to my moon manifestation process. So it's really just like my way of giving back to my community and teaching them this skill that has changed everything for me.
So, Karleigh, you were talking about how you use GPT, for instance, for manifestation, or you were talking to me earlier about how you use it for recipes. Can you tell me more about that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So with manifestation, a lot of people get caught up on the how. And I always say the how is none of your business. But if you're having trouble like rectifying that and seeing the possibility of your goals, believe is actually step 3 of my manifestation process. And so you have to be able to believe it in order for you to actually get it. And I like to use ChatGPT to say, tell me the story of how I accomplished my dreams. So for me, my dreams are building a global personal development empire, speaking on stages. So I put on ChatGPT, tell me the story of how I built a personal development empire and started speaking on stages all over the world. I actually had it include what I learned from seeing all 7 continents because I'm obsessed with traveling the world. And I had it tell me this very long story of how I accomplished all of my dreams. So once the GPT gives you an example of a potential how, it really helps your brain open up to see the possibilities of you receiving your manifestations. So I really loved using it that way. And then to speak a little bit more to the recipes, I have ADHD, and by the time I am like hungry enough to make myself food, I'm completely depleted of energy to do it. I know it's something I could work on, but in the meantime, I just open my GPT and I say, I give it the ingredients that I can see in my fridge and say, make me an easy recipe that takes less than 20 minutes. And it will put it all together for me. And then again, I can just review and take action, which is just so nice and perfect for the way my brain operates.
That's so awesome. I'm going to start to use it for recipes because by the end of the day, after putting out so many fires or working all day long, I like there's no more energy left in the brain. Thank you so much, Karleigh.
Yeah, no problem. So those are a couple of my offers for now, but the best place to connect with me is on Instagram at aligned and empowered 111. And that is where you can stay up to date on everything I create, including my local events in Austin and other like virtual offerings for my global audience.
Fantastic. So we're going to wrap from here. Thanks so much to our guest, Karleigh Lindsay, for joining us for a practical conversation about AI and its potential for business. You can learn more about what she does by visiting her on Instagram, Aligned and Empowered 111. If you run a business of any size and you have some ideas or strategies around the topic of AI, we'd love to have you in a future episode as well. We interview business owners of all levels of experience and exposure to AI so we can represent all voices, especially the 80 to 90% of us who are curious about AI, but not trying to be tech geniuses. Apply for a future episode by going to basicbusinessai.com. And one more time, if you want to install a 24/7 AI sales and support team that actually has a heart for less than 10% of the cost of a single employee, get yourself an Anabot. Learn more at anabots.ai. See you next time on Basic Business AI. Oh, and by the way, if you like this episode, tell your friends. See you later.